Good morning, YouTube. Good afternoon, rather. It is February the 6th. I'm gonna 6th? 6th. We'll go 6th. 6th, and today I'm gonna go through a little Q&A, if you like. I'm gonna go through the frequently asked questions I've had this year. This is either through people in person coming up to me in the gym, this is through my Instagram page, or through my Facebook page. And I'm hoping to give you my opinions on there and cancel out some myths that you are in the fitness industry. So let's get cracking. First things first, how many rest days should you have a week? Firstly, it's going to come down to something that I usually say in my most wrong responses. It's going to come down to the person and their goals. If you'd rather train Monday to Friday and rest of the weekends, great, go with that. If you're like me and you rather smash it 6 days a week, have one rest day in there, then great, go with that. Some people are just happy just going to the gym 3 times a week just for overall health and just to keep their heart pumping. That's fine, that means it's 4 rest days a week. But everyone comes down to the person. It depends what your goals are going to be. However, there are some things, some reasons when I would say 100% take a rest day. So for example, if you've smashed every muscle group and you literally have nothing left, then take a rest day. There's no point hitting that muscle knowing you're going to only be able to give it 75, 80%. Would it be better doing it the next day and giving it 100%? Also, sometimes just to stop it becoming a chore, I find sometimes if I train up continuously, I feel like, oh, I've got to go to the gym again. By having that day off, you then get that feeling of, okay, I actually did miss the gym today, and then you're ready to go into it the next day hard. But yeah, it totally depends on the person. There's no right or wrong answer. If I'm doing a more intense regime for maybe like a show or a photo shoot, then I probably perhaps will go 7 days a week, or at least on my off day, do some form of cardio just to burn some more calories. But there is no right or wrong answer. Just listen to your body and do what fits best in your lifestyle. But obviously, actually there is one wrong answer. 7 days a week. You can't rest 7 days a week. Okay, the big one. Cheat meal or cheat day? Or half a cheat day? What would I advise for somebody? Okay, now, I'm going to say this one because recently I've been having a cheat day and a few people were saying, how can I get away with a cheat day in my strict regime? Well, it's going to come down again to the person and their goals. Currently, I am not in an intense dieting phase, meaning I am not worrying too much about losing body fat. There is no reason for me to be really lean. I haven't got to look lean, so I'd rather eat a little bit more, really enjoy my training with a bit extra energy and extra calories I'm getting in there, and then at the weekend on a Saturday have a cheat day and just really enjoy myself. Will it stop me losing body fat? Potentially, yes, but at the moment, currently that's not my goal. I mean, I am losing to look a bit of the festive period weight, and I am gradually doing that. So a full cheat day is slowing down the process, but I'm okay with that because currently I am not on a mission to get absolutely ripped. And I know if need be, I know I have the willpower to calm it down a little bit if I want to. But if I want to have a nice breakfast, a nice lunch, a nice dinner, then I'm going to. However, if your main goal is to lose body fat and you really want to nail it and get it to the maximum potential, then yes, a cheat day probably will ruin some of your full potential to lose weight because your calorie deficit weekly will be affected. Because if you go mental one day, consume 6,000, 7,000 calories, then that's a lot of work you've got to do throughout the rest of the week then to bring it back into a deficit. So if you really are trying to focus on losing body fat, I would bring it down to one meal. But if you're like me, and you're not too worried about it, you're happy going to the gym as you are at the moment, eating a bit more and trying to get your strength up there and get some more calories in, then go with a cheat day. Again, it depends on the person and the person's goals. Okay, if you have like one muscle group that is slightly lagging behind other muscle groups. So for example, if you have a weak shoulders compared to your chest, my advice would be hit your weaker area more often. So for example, hit your shoulders twice a week, potentially even 3 times a week. Add some extra exercises for shoulders onto your other days. Make sure you give it its own day as well so you can really focus on it. And if you are going to combine, this is obviously the example that your weakness is shoulders for example, I would also advise you do it first in the workout if you are going to pair it with another muscle group. So if you're doing chest and shoulders as a push session, then my advice would be do shoulders first and then do chest. Yes, your chest might suffer in the lifts, however, if your main focus is getting your shoulders up to match the rest of your body, then you want to put most of your energy and most of your work into the first part of the workout. And if you do chest first, then go and do shoulders, your shoulders are going to suffer. So my advice would be try it more often, hit it more frequently, and start it as your first few lifts in your workouts. How to lose body fat. Now, it's simple. You have to be in a calorie deficit. You have to burn off more calories than you are consuming. If you don't do this, you will not lose body fat. I don't care what kind of food you eat, how often you eat, training, you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. Same if you want to gain weight, you have to be in a calorie surplus. Eat more calories than you're burning off. Now, there is also no such thing as clean eating. So if you had like 300 calories of Mars bars and 300 calories of sweet potato, at the end of the day, if you still remain in a calorie deficit, you will still lose body fat. That chocolate is not just to turn miraculously into body fat. So yeah, calorie deficit. However, I would advise you have certain food groups in there, so make sure you get your vegetables, your fruits, get your micronutrients in there, just for overall health. But yeah, to lose body fat, you just need to require a calorie deficit. So if your maintenance level is, let's say, 2,500, put it down to like 2,300, and then you'll start to lose weight. When that stops happening, bring it down even further, just gradually. And you can also add in cardiovascular work, extra CV work to burn off more calories to get you into that calorie deficit. It really is as simple as eat less, move more. No fancy tricks, no fancy pills, no fancy crazy weight loss journey, just be in a calorie deficit. You can eat anything you want, just remain in that calorie deficit and ensure you're getting on board some good, healthy, nutritious, dense foods. Flexible dieting, if it fits your macros. I have, over the past 2 years, got into this way of life. It's much more realistic, it's maintainable, and it's very, very healthy for up here. So, flexible dieting, I've covered it a lot of times, but I'm going to cover it again. Basically, my approach would be, I'm going to eat 70 to 80% as you like bro foods, clean foods, sweet potatoes, veggies, fruits, oats, the good stuff, okay? Then I have 20%-ish, 15% maybe, of whatever I want. This can be like chocolate, this can be some sweets, this can be drinks that I like, not alcohol, just like any drinks, Pepsis. Obviously there are no calories in some of them that I have anyway, but you get the point. Eating whatever you want to a certain degree, whilst making sure you're in your goal of a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus. As long as you remain in them, you're going to see results no matter what your goal is. So my advice would be, yes, do introduce it into your lifestyle, because if you continuously to eat brown rice, chicken, plain chicken, broccoli, asparagus, cod, not seasoned, dry, it will drive you absolutely insane. You are still going to get results if you have the occasional chocolate bar, if you occasionally fit the protein bar into your macros. You'll be totally fine. Just make sure you remain in your goal of a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus if you want to gain weight or if you want to lose weight. However, yes, there are many benefits of clean eating because they can have more nutrient dense food. You can get your micronutrients up, your vitamins, your minerals. That's why I would advise 80% of your diet does come from these clean foods. But to make it a more maintainable and realistic lifestyle, so you can have it in as a lifestyle, not just a quick fix that you just do for like 4 weeks, get results, then go mentally insane, binge out, and then gain all your weight and more again. So I would just say, yeah, bring in, if it fits your macros, flexible dieting, eat a little bit of what you like, combine it with some good healthy foods, and you'll be just fine. The scales. There's a number of reasons why that number on the scale might be changing. It's going to be impossible to see. Let's say, for example, your goal is to lose weight. It's going to be impossible to see a perfect chart go like this. It's going to be like this. anything can affect your weight on that scale. Now, as long as you are in a calorie deficit, if you weigh heavier one day after the next, it is not body fat. It can be anything. It can be a change in hormone, it can be water retention, it could be your meal from the night before just still sat in your stomach. There are many reasons as to why that number on the scale is going up and down, okay? What you need to do is look at an average. So averagely, have you dropped 1-2 pounds, which is the healthy rate? If you are, then fantastic. And some days you might have just weighed yourself on a heavy day. Also, if you do like a heavy workout, a heavy back session, a heavy leg session, your muscles are naturally going to want to hold more water. So if you're in a calorie deficit, any gain on the scale is not body fat, I promise you. Just stay with it. The scales do not tell you everything. Okay guys, they're the points I wanted to clear up. And if this video gets a good response and I get some nice comments on here, on my Instagram, in person, and it was very, very useful and you found it useful and you can use it in your own fitness journey, then I will continuously to try and make a few more videos just like this. I really enjoy it. I love giving my opinions on stuff and I love getting the truth out there. So if you like the video, and you might have done, if you're still watching this part, then you must have watched the first bit of it, remember to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and continue to watch my videos. I want to try and hit the big 400 number within February. Thank you for watching the videos, and I'll see you soon for more Dan Rayner Fitness videos.